Welcome back to the channel. Today on Brett Cooks, I'm making Tex-Mex Salsa. Growing up in Texas, this is a traditional, salsa that I had in restaurants my whole life. It's very different from a salsa perspective that you get in the Southwest or different parts of the world. This is where I grew up, is these traditional Tex-Mex red tomato salsas, and I just grew to love them. This is a recipe that I've been working on and off for the past 10 years, kind of landed here for the past several, so I wanted to share it with you. Brett's Tex-Mex Salsa. Let's get cooking. So these are the ingredients for the Tex-Mex Salsa. We've got canned tomatoes, kosher salt, shallots, garlic cloves, serrano and jalapeno peppers, limes for juice, cilantro, and green onions. Okay, all of our ingredients are prepped. Got the tomatoes, etc. And this goes in the food processor. So easiest way to remember how to do this recipe is it's everything but the tomatoes first. You kind of dice them up to get to a good texture, and then we add the tomatoes in, taste, and add salt accordingly. So let's get started. After pulsing a few times, scrape everything down. It's the best smell in the world. So this is the intermediate texture before you add tomatoes. Smells so good. Juice and everything. Again, pulsing. See, the texture's a little rough. If you like it, stop here. And that is it. That is what the texture looks like right about there. And here's the final texture. So that's Brett's Tex-Mex Salsa. Super easy to make. So let's talk about spice level and the type of tomatoes I use. I found that the fire roasted diced canned tomatoes work really well for this recipe. Having that fire roasted element without actually having to cook them yourselves saves you a lot of time. It gives you a really bonus of flavor. Spice level. I put 2 jalapenos and a whole serrano in today's batch. People are going to be like, wow, that's going to be super spicy. And it can be. These peppers vary in temperature. You'll learn which ones are spicy and not. I do encourage you to include some of the seeds. And it's important to have a serrano and a jalapeno to kind of balance the spice level. Start with like half or a third or a smaller serrano and maybe just a smaller jalapeno. So enjoy yourself with this recipe. Comment. Tell me how your version turned out, etc., etc. I did use a 28-ounce can of these tomatoes, which turns into about 4 cups of made salsa. It'll last a week in the fridge, but it probably won't last a week in the fridge. Have a great week.